Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Master English. Today, we're diving into some powerful English collocations, the word combinations that native speakers use naturally, every single day. If you want to sound more fluent and natural in English, this lesson is for you. Let's get started.
After giving his colleague a lift to the airport, Daniel made his way back to the car park. What an exhausting life he led. At times, he felt desperately overwhelmed. He spent his time doing little more than taking care of his elderly mother and managing a demanding project at work. Now, his closest friend was going through a difficult breakup and would doubtless be making demands on him, too. Daniel had promised to give his friend a call as soon as he got home, but he decided to run himself a bath first. He had a sharp pain in his right shoulder and hoped that a hot soak might ease the pain.
After giving his colleague a lift to the airport. After giving his colleague a lift to the airport. Give someone a lift. Here is the first collocation. Give someone a lift. What does it mean? It means to drive someone somewhere in your car. So, to drive someone somewhere in your car. You use your car to transport someone. Very common in British English. The verb is fixed, always give. We don't use do or make. Put this in your mind. For example, can you give me a lift to the airport? Can you give me a lift to the airport? My car won't start. My car won't start, so I ask you to help me to get to the airport with your car. He gave his colleague a lift because the trains were on a strike. Okay, the workers didn't work, so he couldn't use the trains, and therefore he gave his colleague a lift with his car. I don't have a car. Could anyone give me a lift home? I want to go home. Can anyone or could anyone help me to get home with his car? Okay, by using his car. So we use this collocation. Give me a lift. I don't have a car. Could anyone give me a lift home? In American English, people usually say give someone a ride. It's the same meaning, no problem. So let's listen to the sentence again. After giving his colleague a lift to the airport, Daniel made his way back to the car park. Daniel made his way back to the car park. He went back, made his way. Another collocation. Make your way. It means to move toward a place. You go somewhere, right? To move toward a place, often with effort or purpose. So you go somewhere intentionally, with a definite purpose. More vivid and deliberate than simply saying go. It's better to use make your way, right? For example, after the concert, thousands of fans made their way to the exits. After the concert, thousands of fans made their way to the exits. Another example. He made his way through the crowded terminal. He made his way. He moved somewhere else, right? He moved toward a place. He made his way through the crowded terminal. She slowly made her way up the stairs with her heavy luggage. She slowly made her way up the stairs with her heavy luggage. Okay? So, the second collocation is make your way. After giving his colleague a lift to the airport, Daniel made his way back to the car park. Intentionally, he went back to the car park. What an exhausting life he led. What an exhausting life he led. Exhausting means tiring, but it is more intense. But we have little life. As you can see, what an exhausting life he led. The collocation is to lead a life, lead a life. It means it is used to describe the type or quality of someone's life. So this collocation, lead a life, is used to describe the type or quality of someone's life. The verb is also fixed. We say lead a life, not have a life, or live a life in this pattern. For example, he led a quiet life in a small coastal town after retiring. He led a quiet life. He lived in that way, right? He led a quiet life in a small coastal town. Coastal town is a town by the sea. A small coastal town after retiring. After he retired, he started living in that way. I want to lead a more balanced life. Work less, travel more. I want to lead a more balanced life. Work less and travel more. We have another fixed phrase as well. Lead a double life. Lead a double life means to secretly live two very different lives. No one knows about it, right? To secretly live two very different lives. At times, he felt desperately overwhelmed. First of all, we have at times. At times means sometimes. It's the same with sometimes, but with a more reflective emotional weight, right? It has more depth in terms of meaning. Sounds natural and sophisticated at C1 level. Let's have some examples. At times, learning a new skill feels completely impossible, but persistence pays off. At times means sometimes. Learning a new skill feels completely impossible, but persistence, not giving up, pays off. You shall see the reward. At times I miss my hometown more than I can describe. At times, I miss my hometown more than I can describe. The project is rewarding, but at times it's utterly exhausting. The project is rewarding, but at times it's utterly exhausting. Utterly means absolutely. Absolutely exhausting. So, we can use sometimes instead of at times. Both mean the same thing, but as I said, at times carries a more thoughtful, literary tone, ideal for writing and formal speech. So, the sentence is, at times he felt desperately overwhelmed. Pay attention to this part. Desperately overwhelmed. Desperately plus adjective. Desperately plus adjective. Adverb adjective collocation. It is desperately is adverb, and then you add an adjective to that adverb. In advanced English, adverbs and adjectives pair up in fixed natural combinations. You cannot mix and match freely. Learners need to memorize these pairs. Let's have some examples with desperately. He was desperately lonely after relocating to a new country. Desperately lonely. She was desperately unhappy in her role and needed a change. She was desperately unhappy in her role and needed a change. The family was desperately poor after losing everything in the fire. They had nothing, right? Desperately poor, meaning it means having nothing, no money. We have other key adverb plus adjective collocations. For example, deeply unhappy, deeply moved, deeply concerned, deeply divided. Bitterly cold, they're used together. Bitterly disappointed, bitterly resentful. Fiercely competitive, fiercely independent, fiercely loyal. Wildly popular, wildly inaccurate, wildly optimistic. Let's read the part again and then move on. After giving his colleague a lift to the airport, Daniel made his way back to the car park. What an exhausting life he led. At times, he felt desperately overwhelmed. He spent his time doing little more than taking care of his elderly mother and managing a demanding project at work. What we have here is spend time doing something. Spend, look at this structure. Spend plus time plus verb ing, right? Doing something. Is one of the most frequently used collocations in English. Spend time doing something. Let's have some examples. I spent most of my evenings reading and listening to podcasts. I spend most of my evenings. Spend what? Time plus verb ing, reading and listening to podcasts. She has spent, this is the past form of spend. She has spent her weekends taking care of her aging mother. He has spent years building his business from scratch. He has spent years building his business from scratch. We have other related time collocations, like waste time, save time, take time, or find time, which you can use in your daily conversation. Another collocation is take care of. He said, take care of his elderly mother, if I'm not mistaken. Take care of. It means to look after someone or something. You look after that, right? You take care of it. Works in both formal and informal context. For example, he takes care of his elderly mother every weekend. He takes care of his elderly mother every weekend. Who's going to take care of the dog while we're traveling? Who's going to take care of the dog while we're traveling? She took care of all the travel arrangements, herself. She took care of all the travel arrangements herself. Here, it means she did it herself. The informal equivalent is look after, as I mentioned. So, let's read the sentence again. Here we have it. He has spent his time doing little more than. This little more than is, it means he couldn't do anything else, right? He has spent his time doing that particular thing. He has spent his time doing little more than taking care of his elderly mother, old mother, and managing a demanding project at work. Demanding project. Now, his closest friend, his best friend, was going through a difficult breakup, right? He broke up with his partner. Breakup and would doubtless means certainly, be making demands on him too. Make demands on someone. Make demands on someone. Make demands on someone means to place heavy expectations or pressure on someone. The verb is fixed. Always make, never do or have, right? We use make demand on someone. Let's have some examples. The new role makes enormous demands on his time. It makes enormous demands. It puts huge amount of pressure on his life. Raising children makes huge demands on parents, both emotionally and financially. She felt her colleagues were constantly making demands on her. She felt her colleagues were constantly making demands on her. His colleagues were putting a lot of pressure on her. Daniel had promised to give his friend a call as soon as he got home. Had promised is past perfect. Daniel had promised to give his friend a call. Give someone a call as soon as he got in. Give someone a call, what does it mean? It means to phone someone. Give someone a call. For example, give me a call when you land. I'll give the office a call I'll give the office a call first thing tomorrow morning. She gave her doctor a call to book an appointment. Gave a call. We have some related collocations as well. Get a call, receive a call, return a call, and miss a call. Miss a call. So the sentence is easy, right? Put pressure on him. Daniel had promised to give his friend a call as soon as he got home. But he decided to run himself a bath first. Run himself a bath first. Let's move on. He had a sharp pain in his right shoulder and hoped that a hot soak might ease the pain. Might ease the pain. Okay, let me teach you the points, the collocations which we have here. First of all, we have run a bath. Run a bath means to fill a bathtub with water, right? Fill it with water. This one surprises many learners. In natural English, we don't say fill a bath. We say run one or run a bath. For example, I'm going to run a bath and decompress after that fight. He ran a hot bath for his aching muscles. Could you run me a bath? I'll be there in 10 minutes. Run a bath means to fill the bathtub. And the other part is sharp pain and ease the pain. Two collocations in one sentence. Sharp pain, we have the sharp adjective, which pairs with several different nouns. Let's work on this first. Sharp plus noun. For example, sharp pain means a sudden, intense pain. Sharp bend, a tight curve in a road. Sharp contrast, a very clear difference. Sharp rise or drop, a sudden increase or decrease. A sharp mind, a quick, intelligent mind. For example, I felt a sharp pain in my shoulder and had to stop lifting. A sharp pain, a sudden, intense pain. There is a sharp bend ahead. There is a sharp bend ahead. There is a tight curve in the road ahead of us. Reduce your speed. Slow down. There is a sharp contrast between his public persona and his private life. Sharp contrast, right? A sudden, it means a very clear difference, yeah. And the last one is ease the pain. The verb ease means to gradually reduce or relieve something. For example, the medication helped ease the pain significantly. The medication helped ease the pain significantly. A warm compress can ease muscle pain after exercise. Talking to someone you trust can ease the pain of a difficult situation. Ease the pain, to reduce or relieve the pain. Let's listen to the text one more time.
After giving his colleague a lift to the airport, Daniel made his way back to the car park. What an exhausting life he led. At times, he felt desperately overwhelmed. He spent his time doing little more than taking care of his elderly mother and managing a demanding project at work. Now, his closest friend was going through a difficult breakup and would doubtless be making demands on him too. Daniel had promised to give his friend a call as soon as he got home, but he decided to run himself a bath first. He had a sharp pain in his right shoulder and hoped that a hot soak might ease the pain.
And that's it for today. Make sure to write these collocations down, use them in your own sentences, and review them regularly. That's how they'll really stick. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching.